Soccer? But it's really called football. Soccer? The creators called it football. Soccer? You know, you play it with your feet. Reading between the headlines. Soccer? But it's really called football. Soccer? Hey. Welcome back to Reading Between the Headlines. I'm Asaf Nisim, your host for Peruse the News, the live show where we catch up on the latest Chelsea news together, maybe some world football more broadly, and of course, we live football and prosper, as one should. Now, before we continue, if you're new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell to know when we go live. Yes, it rhymes, and all the more reason to heed the call. Jump on the bandwagon, because while this channel is itty bitty, so small, it is always growing, and I mean always, all the time, and we need you to engage by joining the team on the live stream. You know what I'm saying? That rhymes too. That part is not as important, but you know what I mean. Just like, subscribe, and hit the bell. That is the scene for my marketing segment, and we'll probably do at least one more before the show is over. But for now, on the docket for today, from the Daily Mail, how a dodgy failed deadline day move proves Chelsea are the worst run club in Britain. Now that is a statement if I've ever heard one. Also from the Daily Mail, Chelsea make $6 million profit on teenage Brazilian star who never played for the club. Can you guess who? As Wenger joins Cristiano Ronaldo's side in shock £19 million move to Saudi Arabia. Why the academy? Oh, no, that's just my little note. I'm not but that is important. We will talk about that later. Also, we ain't got no history reports. Cole Palmer withdraws from England squad to continue rehabilitation for ongoing issues. 90 Minutes gives us some other crucial Chelsea injury updates. And from the Chelsea Chronicle, who is Estevão Willian, Chelsea's £48 million Brazil international, compared to, you guessed it, Lionel Messi? I'm sure you've heard of him, but we're going to read what they have to say about him. And after that, we will take a stroll through some Chelsea-stagram, which is Chelsea Instagram, and scope some comments, because that's always fun. Always fun to see what the people are saying about our beloved Blues. But that said, we move on to the first item of the day. And we got through all of that in just 4 minutes or less. Isn't that great? If anybody's late, this is your time to get in on the stream. Okay, moving to the Daily Mail. Now, this was a statement and a half by Ian Herbert, pulling it up right now. Again, how a dodgy failed deadline day move proves Chelsea are the worst run club in Britain. That is hyperbolic if I've ever heard it. Let's see what he has to say. Those Manchester United fans staring into an uncertain future and wondering where the old days went might care to reflect this week on those who follow Chelsea, a club being calmly dismantled and diminished by a bunch of Californian private equity cowboys for whom a British football institution is just another speculative punt for their investment portfolio. Seething for the Bowleys or Bowley and the rest of his boys. And girls, perhaps. Football players are transactional commodities for Clear Lake, the club owners, and as the extraordinary deadline day story of David Washington only went to show. Clear Lake's punt on the 19-year-old Brazilian for Chelsea hasn't exactly delivered. He's played 25 minutes football since arriving a year ago, so they tried to weigh him off to Strasbourg, another club in their ownership group, for a £17 million sum, which would have turned their initial outlay to the utterly unproven player into a $5 million profit. Let's not forget that that is where Petrovic went. I didn't actually know that Strasbourg was in the Clear Lake investment group circle, but that's good to note. In gray finance speak, this looked a whole lot like associated party transaction, flogging yourself stuff that already belongs to you to bring some money in. Clearlake has so far sold themselves two Chelsea FC hotels for £75.6 million. I didn't know that. That's interesting. The Chelsea FC women's team, which they valued at £150 million. Hey, that's not bad. The women's team's worth £150 million. That's something. And as the New York Times put it on Friday, we're now adding a human being in the form of Brazilian player Washington. Chelsea canceled the transfer after concerns were raised about the deal and whether it complied with competition rules. Okay, so they canceled it. This is not exactly an original idea. Manchester City sold their players' image rights to a company run by themselves and charged one of their sister clubs for professional football advice when they needed to raise cash for their accounts. But extreme financial engineering is needed when, like Chelsea, you've punted well north of £1 billion pounds on players and are careening towards a breach of UEFA and Premier League spending regulations. Hey, listen, we've seen this before. We've seen Manchester City. Maybe Manchester City wrote the playbook on this sort of stuff with NYCFC, trading players back and forth between NYCFC and the parent club, Manchester City. Maybe this is the new thing that we're going to see a lot of. And Clearlake is just following in that mold. Clearlake, again, the Bowley's investment group, have been peddling a line all summer about recouping £200 million from sales to pay for their latest punts on players, and precisely how much had they brought in by Friday night. The three substantial deals for Conor Gallagher, Ian Maatsen, and Romelu Lukaku yielded barely £100 million. The rest of the players they shifted on were loans or small change. Okay. By the way, I hate this new Bowley haircut. It's like, it wasn't great before, but if it could somehow get worse, this is it. It ain't working, bro. It ain't working. You got to go to like that Instagram barber that just like makes everybody look amazing no matter how bald they are. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I could probably make a visit there. But, this is not about me, okay? This is about what Clearlake is doing and how they're learning from, I guess, the masters at Manchester City by using one of their sister clubs, Strasbourg, which obviously already bought Petrovic, and to sort of engineer the books, right? There is David Washington. Guess his deal fell through. The Saudis proved extremely helpful on Monday when Al Nassr paid Chelsea £19.1 million for the 19-year-old Brazilian winger Angelo Gabriel, who has not played a single minute's football for Chelsea and yet leaves for £6 million more than they paid for him. The Saudi Sovereign Wealth Fund, PIF, which controls Newcastle United, has invested in Clearlake and are enhancing that investment by helping Chelsea out of a hole. Okay. You can cut with a knife the cynicism that surrounds Chelsea depositing surplus players into the desert. Hey, look, let's put it this way. He's probably getting overpaid for his age. Probably anybody that goes to Saudi Arabia is getting overpaid for their age and their career in the game, right? And we're getting pretty pennies. I mean, what else are we going to do? We need that money, right? We need to raise that money. And well, we could talk about this later, but it is important to note that as far as PSR, this doesn't exactly apply here because these were players that were purchased, Angelo and David Washington, but players that are like coming out of our academy. We actually, PSR doesn't apply to academy investments. This is something to note. The money that we put into our academy is not counted as losses according to the new profitability and sustainability rules, right? So, and also the women's team doesn't count, and infrastructure expenditures don't count towards that. So that's where you're going to want to probably, if you got huge influx of investment money, you're probably going to want to put your money into those things and somehow reap commodities, assets out of those things, then sell those things for pure profit on the books, right? That's kind of what's going on. But what does that do? I know this is a little bit of an aside, but what does that do to the culture of a club when you're incentivized by PSR to sell your academy players, right? Kind of kills the culture of the academy player being important to the club, right? Let's move on. Where were we? Yeah, the Greek leagues. The Greek leagues may take more of Chelsea's discarded punts. Olympiacos and Nottingham Forest owner Evangelos Marinakis, okay, was in the Chelsea director's box on Sunday. That could see Chelsea balance the books for this summer. We're talking about a club who begin the season with no shirt sponsor and with a stadium which belongs to the last century, with narrow, steep stairways and toilets which are less than sanitary. Okay, as my colleague Alex Brummer put it in a piece here last week. Okay, people are writing about Olympiacos, I guess. Welcome to the worst run elite British club in living memory. That hurts. The collateral damage is almost forgotten amid the rank incompetence. How, you might ask, does Strasbourg, refuge for the Chelsea rejects, feel about their club paying a record fee for unproven Washington? That's a record fee? Interesting. You guessed, the French side are groaning under the sheer volume of Clear Lake hedge bets. They were forced to buy winger Diego Moreira from Chelsea last month because, already saddled with Stamford Bridge loanees Andre Santos, Caleb Wiley, and Jordi Petrovic, they'd already reached the maximum 3 they are permitted to loan from any one club. Okay, interesting. L'Equipe describes a bloated squad of Strasbourg young players and the uncertainty of a second season under Clear Lake ownership. Patrick Vieira's team has undoubtedly paid for the sporting policy of its leaders, obsessed... Ooh, it's Patrick Vieira? Obsessed with youth at all costs, the paper have reported. Sound familiar? Vieira and the club parted company by mutual consent a few days after that piece ran. Okay, I guess it wasn't. It was and it isn't anymore. And then there are the discarded players themselves, who these risible owners, risible meaning laughable, calculate they can, I'm just dictionarying here for you guys, calculate they can afford to treat like dirt under their feet because popular opinion will always tend to favor new recruits. Agents describe the Chelsea ownership they're now dealing with as classless and unprofessional. Ooh. Well, it's just agents. Come on, agents. The worst club I've ever dealt with, one tells me. Some British... That's rough. Damn. I hope we're not developing that reputation, honestly. Some British clubs describe a cocky and aggressive approach to negotiations, which leaves them disinclined to engage. Todd Bowley is less involved now, leaving more to co-investor Begdad Iqbali. Ooh. I don't know about Bedad. Clear Lake were swimming in their bigger pool on Tuesday, making headlines in the Financial Times after paying several $100 million to buy a credit investment shop. It took the assets under their management from $2 billion a decade ago to more than $90 billion. Damn, that is a lot of billions of dollars, isn't it? Viewed against that portfolio, Chelsea are a fleck of dust, a name in the margin, a beautiful British football club, stewarded with care and pride for decades, now lacking the most basic level of attention, thought, and executive competence. And it doesn't feel great to be, what is Chelsea worth? Got to be at least $1 billion, but doesn't feel great to be worth a 90th of the entire portfolio at Clear Lake, especially given what we've been doing lately. But yeah, this article is a real hit piece, isn't it? It's already making me doubt him. Okay, radiance in the darkness of blind football. There was an obvious and most unspeakable sadness. Is my mic on? Let's just make sure. Yep. Okay. There was an obvious and most unspeakable sadness about watching the Paralympic blind football tournament kickoff against the backdrop of the Eiffel Tower under an azure Paris sky on Sunday, which we could take in such beauty. The players could not. The experience of watching Colombia play Japan and Argentina go up against Morocco was indelible, each side giving their all and playing with such skill through their own individual darkness, acting on the sound of a bell within the ball. Wow, this is some real purple journalism right here. The There were collisions, of course, between players who had no sight of opponents, and though yellow cards were occasionally brandished, there were embraces, mutual forgiveness, apologies accepted before the game moved on. Brazil have started well, and so too Argentina. The final is on Saturday, 7 p.m. UK time, with bronze medal match preceding it. But to be there in that sublime arena was a football experience which those of us present will be remembering. Years from now, in its own way, football from the gods. Okay, I'm not gonna... Thought this was supposed to be all about Bowley, but we're going into other thing. Oh, this is blind football. That's funny. Just read that on. Blind football, man. That is interesting. Who knew that even existed? That is very interesting. Okay, but yeah. So that's interesting. I think that article is going to inspire me to add a poll here. The poll question is, I want to make this about Clear Lake and Bowley. Are the new Chelsea owners doing well for the club? Yes or no? Oh, how about this? We offer some options. How well are the new Chelsea owners doing for the club? And then we say, fantastic, couldn't be better. Then we say, meh, not great. And then we'll add an option, and let's see. Let's go with, I'd rather be run by a group of chimps. Oh, it can only be between 1 and 35. Okay, let's go with rather be run by chimps. Yeah. All right. I want to add more. Above by high IQ chimps. All right. We'll start that poll. And there we go. And we're live with it. Let's see. What will I say? We'll go with man, not great. Okay. Moving on. Now this article sort of already mentioned this article. Chelsea makes £6 million profit on teenage Brazilian star who never played for the club as winger joins Cristiano Ronaldo's side in shock £19 million move to Saudi Arabia. Chelsea's fire sale is continuing despite the transfer window closing in England, with the Premier League club offloading Angelo Gabriel and working on other outgoings. The Blues are making £19.1 million on the 19-year-old Brazilian winger, who is joining Saudi Pro League Al Nassr, where he will link up with Cristiano Ronaldo and Sadio Mane. Chelsea will retain a sell-on clause from any future transfer involving Angelo. That's good. David Datro Fofana is another asset ready to be offloaded, with AEK Athens having shown interest in the 21-year-old Ivorian forward who spent half of last season on loan at Burnley. The Greek transfer window does not close for another week. Oh, that's interesting. And AEK sporting director Panagiotis Kone was at Stamford Bridge to watch Sunday's Premier League game with Crystal Palace. It's not like David Fofana played, but okay, just giving him a nice little welcome. Oh, there already is this. Yeah, I guess this is probably an Instagram post confirming Angelo is gone. Okay. Olympiacos owner Evangelos Marianakis was sat in the same box with Chelsea's decision makers, including co-owner Behdad Iqbali and sporting directors Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart, also in attendance for that 1-1 draw. Terrible. A well as Greece. As well as Greece? A well as Greece. I'm not sure what that's supposed to say. Potential suitors in Turkey and Belgium still have time. Oh, as well as Greece. Potential suitors in Turkey and Belgium still have time to snap up Chelsea players deemed surplus to requirements, such as Harvey Vale, Alex Matos, and David Washington, the 19-year-old Brazilian forward who saw a proposed loan to Hull fall through on deadline day. Yeah. Ben Chilwell is also among those available for sale or loan. However, the 27-year-old left-back's wages, believed to come in at £200,000 per week, have posed a problem as there were no takers in Europe's elite leagues prior to those windows closing. I mean, it'd still be better to have I'm not sure. It'd probably be better to get like a tiny amount of money to subsidize Ben Chilwell's wages, which are obviously high at £200,000 a week. Maybe get him into a Greek, Turkish, or Belgian club. We know that Jose Mourinho is over at Fenerbahce. Maybe he wants to take Ben Chilwell on loan for a small fee, and that way we can subsidize those wages, and then perhaps and then Ben Chilwell will get some minutes. Why not? If Chilwell's willing to do it, I don't know. I guess it's really up to that. Chilwell is contracted until 2027, but has already been warned by Enzo Maresca that there is no route back into his first-team thoughts if he remains at the club this season. We do know this. We are aware of this. But actually, it's interesting. It's good to note that the Greek transfer window, the Greek, the Belgian, and the Turkish transfer windows are still open, because we do have a bunch of players that are sitting, not even sitting on the bench, but just literally out of the squad entirely. And it would be good to at least subsidize some of those wages, right? That's an option, I guess. I didn't know that. Okay, so next on the docket, there is this little thing called Cole Palmer is worryingly injured. And the word comes from, the Chelsea, We Ain't Got No History. Actually, we're going to go with this. Cole Palmer withdraws from England squad to continue rehabilitation for ongoing issues. Cole Palmer has become the latest Chelsea player to withdraw from international duty due to fitness and injury concerns following Wesley Fofana and Malo Gusto. Palmer had a bit of a hamstring scare in our second match of the season when he was seen walking off the pitch after our 2-0 win over Servette while holding his right hamstring. Yeah, we all saw that. We were all freaked out. But scans were negative, and he was able to play very, very well in our 6-2 win over Wolves just a few days later. Yeah, 3 assists. Pretty well, where he scored one and one goal, of course, and set up 3 more. Palmer also played in the second leg against Servette and started this past Sunday against Crystal Palace. Not enough of vintage Palmer from last season, but okay. But evidently he's not 100%, as he's now been withdrawn from England duty to continue rehabilitation for ongoing issues for the remainder of this international break, as per the Chelsea official website. That's certainly the correct course of action if there's any doubt about his hamstrings. Yes, agreed. We can't afford to risk Cole Palmer for a bunch of friendlies. No. We've already had several players suffer similar injuries, including Reece James, Romeo Lavia, and the aforementioned Gusto, and we definitely cannot afford to lose Palmer. Yes, and while we're at it, let's go on over to BAM! Chelsea, 90 minutes. Chelsea offer Malo Gusto and Wesley Fofana injury updates after France withdrawals. Yes. So, a little nerve-wracking given the fact that, again, we don't have a lot of backup defensively, right? Obviously, our B team ain't good enough. So right then and there, the depth is not there. We've seen them play. It's not enough. Chelsea have confirmed Malo Gusto has withdrawn from the France under-21 squad as a result of the hamstring injury he suffered in the 1-1 draw with Crystal Palace. Gusto limped off, injured, midway through the second half, and, with fellow right-back Reece James also unavailable, had to be replaced by midfielder Moises Caicedo for the remainder of the game. Unsurprisingly, he has now been released from international duty and will return to Chelsea for treatment and further scans. His involvement in the clash with Bournemouth on September 14th is now in clear doubt. And who the hell's going to play there? Just like there's nobody there. There's nobody. I mean, if we had Ben Chilwell, then we could scooch over maybe Cucurella. What are you going to do? Gusto was not the only Chelsea star leaving the France camp, as centre-back Wesley Fofana also withdrew from the senior setup, sparking fears that the 23-year-old's rotten injury luck had struck once again. Fortunately, the French Football Federation confirmed that Fofana's withdrawal was not because of a fresh injury concern. Instead, the defender is simply returning to Chelsea to continue working on his physical condition in the wake of last season's injury. Well, honestly, that is not very consoling. What if his injury is acting up again? Dude, again, we have nobody. What are you going to do? Put Disasi in there? Ugh. Vomit. Barf. Not into it. Not into it. A cruciate ligament tear kept Fofana out for the entirety of last season, but he has now played every minute of Chelsea's 3 Premier League games so far, particularly catching the eye against Palace alongside defensive partner Levi Colwill. Fofana is expected to be perfectly fine ahead of the Bournemouth game, I hope, but doubts remain about Gusto, which, coupled with James's ongoing absence, threatens to cause a problem for manager Enzo Maresca, and we do not need that problem right now. Let's be real. We really don't need that problem. James has served his 4-game suspension, but has been sidelined by injury anyway, and the Telegraph state he is still a handful of weeks away from returning to training. Not good. Midfielder Romeo Lavia, however, is due back in training imminently and should be fit enough to face Bournemouth. Let's be real about this here. Lavia is one of our bright spots this season so far, right? I know it's still early. I know we've been up and down, mostly down for me. But Lavia, we all know that Lavia is that silver lining. He is the one player that I am actually looking for. Not the one player, but I'm feeling good about having spent that money on. Other ones, not so much. Okay. We're going to move on, actually. But before we move on, I think it's that time that I remind y'all to like, subscribe, hit the bell to know when I go live, because I've been going live a lot lately, and that's where this channel has been at. And how are you going to know if I'm live if you're not hitting the bell? I agree. I'm not exactly the guy that hits the bell all the time, but maybe a channel like this at this moment in time is worth doing it. But more importantly, subscribe. We need you on the team. We're growing. We're engaging. We have talks. It's not this stream so far, but they have been happening. It has been exciting. So maybe do me a favor. Maybe do yourself a favor, more importantly, and get in while it's young, early, small-ish, and growing. Let's do it. Okay, that's my marketing segment for that segment. That is my marketing pitch for that segment, is what I mean to say. Okay, we moving on. The next thing, I am sure you guys all know him already, but it is curious to see what the Chelsea Chronicle is saying about Esteval Willian. Since we picked him up, I mean, I didn't know much about him. You know, I'd heard whispers. I did check out his highlight reel. Okay, something. Kid's really young, but we did spend a pretty little penny on him. So why not see if the Chelsea Chronicle can give us any more insight into the boy? Here we go. Who is Esteval Willian, Chelsea's £48 million Brazil international, compared to Lionel Messi? Everybody's always compared to Lionel Messi, aren't they? Okay, Esteval Willian is a professional footballer who has agreed to join Chelsea next summer in a £48 million deal. One of the Blues' top priorities in recent years has been to sign the most promising young players from around the world. The likes of Malo Gusto, Romeo Lavia, and Kendry Paez have all joined the West London club, but Estevao has the potential to be the pick of the bunch. The Brazil international who has been signed with Nike since the age of 10, has already been compared to Lionel Messi. Okay. He needs to develop much further to reach those heights, but he is certainly on course to become a world-class superstar. Blues supporters have every reason to be excited about Estevao's signing, so the Chelsea Chronicle tells you everything you need to know about him below. Let's go, Chelsea Chronicle. Let's do it. Let's check. Anybody else vote? No more votes. Okay. Estevao Williams' age. Quick Google search could tell you this, but we'll hear it here. Estevao William Almeida de Oliveira Gonçalves was born in Franca, Brazil on April 24th, 2007. I'm old. He joined Cruzeiro's academy in 2017 before moving to Palmeiras in 2021. Okay. So, quick math. The boy is 17. April 24th? Yep, 17, right? Yeah, he'll be 18 soon. Estevao William height. Estevao is 5 feet 9 inches tall, 1.76 meters, slightly below average for a footballer. He is a centimeter taller than Mykhailo Mudryk and a centimeter shorter than Christopher Nkunku. Okay. Estevao Williams' position. Estevao predominantly plays as a right winger for Palmeiras. He is most dangerous when cutting inside on his stronger left foot, similar to Cole Palmer and Noni Madueke in the current Chelsea squad. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of that lately. I'm not a huge fan of this, like, right winger with the left preferred foot, left winger with a right preferred foot. Yeah, I know it's become fashionable ever since, I don't know, Cristiano Ronaldo, you could say, Eden Hazard, all these great players who like to cut in, Bukayo Saka, coming from the right. But, you know, I don't like having too many of these players. We've already got, Pedro Neto and Mykhailo Mudryk on the left who do the same thing. Pretty sure Neto is a right footer. Pretty sure. But, you know, I feel like it makes us more predictable. I feel like England made this mistake too, where you just checking Pedro Neto. No, he's a left footer. Okay, so that's good. I like that. I like that he's a left footer. But the point is that I feel like it makes you more predictable. You're not going to get the same quality of crosses in from the right or the left, obviously, when the player is on their weak foot there. So, you know, I don't love it, but okay, whatever. That's not to say he'll be played that way. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Estevao William Messinho, nickname Messinho. Estevao is often called Messinho due to his similarities to Lionel Messi. Messi is also left-footed and has played on the right wing throughout his career. Yeah, he has, but Messi has also played pretty centrally, hasn't he? But anyway, besides that, the two have quite different styles, so the nickname is more of a testament to Estevao's world-class potential than anything else. Yeah. Okay. Career. Estevao William stats. Estevao's stats are mightily impressive for a player of his age. The 17-year-old has provided 8 goals and 7 assists in 21 starts in the Brazilian Serie A this season. That's probably not how they pronounce it. He has also scored in the Copa do Brasil, the Copa Libertadores. Okay, that's good. Estevao William transfer value. Estevao has a transfer value of £25 million according to Transfer Market, and that will only increase as he develops further. The Blues' £48 million deal looks steep at the moment, but if things go to plan, he will be worth double that in a few years. Okay. It's very important that we note Estevao Williams' EA Sports FC 24 rating. Estevao is not in the game, EA Sports FC 24, because they do not have the licensing for Palmeiras or the Brazilian Serie A. Given that he does not join Chelsea until next summer, it remains unclear whether the Brazilian wonder kid will be in EA Sports FC 25 either. Okay, why even have that in the article then? That is ridiculous. Esteval is one of the best youngsters in the game. Football Manager 2024, according to FM Scout, only Lamine Yamal, Mikey Moore, and fellow Brazilians Endrick and Vitor Roque have more potential among players 19 and under. Okay. Wow, he already has 1.5 million followers on Instagram. Ooh. Figure that will increase drastically when he takes to the Stamford Bridge pitch for the first time. Esteval Willian Twitter, over 57,000 followers. Okay. Chelsea are one of 8 teams who can sign world-class players for just £63 million in January. Who's that? Even though Chelsea's transfer business has just been brought to an end for the summer, it doesn't take long for them to be back amongst the news. The Blues went big again this summer, signing the likes of Pedro Neto, Joao Felix, and Jadon Sancho. Why? I wouldn't say the Blues went big. I get it, but I wouldn't say the Blues went big. Okay? The plethora of new players have arrived at Stamford Bridge to give new manager Enzo Maresca the best possible chance of succeeding. One position they were strongly linked with strengthening over the summer was striker, however decided in the end to keep the faith in Nicholas Jackson, who has started the season okay. However, one name they are constantly linked to was Victor Osimhen all the way until the final minutes of deadline day. Apparently Chelsea can sign Victor Osimhen for £63 million in January. Okay, well, given the reports of the wages that Osimhen wants and the wages he'll probably be on I don't actually think he ended up going to Saudi Arabia, but given he's already on 300 million euros at Napoli right now, so seems like pretty high wages for Chelsea to take on unless they sell some more players and change their wage and incentive structure. While the deal did not work out financially this time around, it seems they have a chance to try again in January. Journalist Kagan Durson has stated that Chelsea are one of the clubs Osimhen has said can sign him for his new release clause at the start of 2025. He said, Osimhen wrote the names of 8 teams on paper and asked for a departure option during the mid-season break if these teams paid the release clause. Okay, Galatasaray accepted this offer. 4 of these 8 teams, Arsenal, Chelsea, Bayern Munich, and Liverpool. But Fabrizio Romano has claimed that the new release clause in his Napoli contract is around £63 million, not far off half the price they were quoted at the start of the summer. Oh, that is interesting. I did not know that. Chelsea have faith in Nicholas Jackson. There is no doubting the striker's ability when he is at his best. Jose Mourinho previously described him as world class. Is that right? All Nigeria soccer. Oh, that's interesting. Let's check it out. Legendary Portuguese football tactician. This is from last year, at the end of last year. Jose Mourinho labeled Victor Osimhen as a world-class striker. Oh, he named Osimhen as world-class, not Nicholas Jackson. There's nowhere here. Yeah. He didn't label Jackson as world-class. I guess that was not clear. What? This looks like they're saying that Jose Mourinho... It doesn't say anything about Mourinho calling Jackson world class. If that's the case, it wasn't in the article they linked. It looks as if... But that would be something of an endorsement, right? Jose Mourinho does seem to have an eye for strikers that have been overlooked, right? Especially... of a French persuasion or French African. It looks as if the Blues are going to put faith in Jackson for the next few months at least, something he has earned with his start to life in England. Yeah, nobody's happier than Nicholas Jackson to see all of those deals fall through for Victor Osimhen, Ivan Toney, and Sam, whatever the heck his name was. But Yeah, I don't think it's gonna last forever. I mean, if he doesn't start showing up big time, um, Chelsea are gonna go in the January transfer window, transfer. But and guess what? If they don't, more negligence from the administration, right? Um, the club's belief in him has gone as far as extending his already long contract, yeah, to super long 2033 or something I saw, with Chelsea believing Jackson is already worth considerably more than the fee they paid to sign him 2 years ago. Yeah, they didn't pay that much, right? It was 32 million pounds, which is not really a ton of money for a striker, but I don't know that he's worth a ton more than 32 million pounds right now. Who's to say that? Who's to say that? I don't think so. Well, let's find out by going to the Instagrams, the Chelsea Instagrams. Let's see what the latest comments are. Okay, well, we could go. Let's go like this. Let's see. Esteval William. This is from 4 minutes ago. Exciting young player. Exciting young player. Going to be playing for Chelsea. 48 million pounds. Under 18 years old. Probably full of Chelsea supporters. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Well, it was just recent. That's a new. Just like that. Support the young lad. 284 comments in 4 minutes. She get it in blues. Renato Vega. This is from a while ago, eh? A week ago. Not interested. And Kunku, job done. Yeah, that was at Servette when we qualified. Not so interesting. I want to see Nicholas Jackson's trolling. Let's go to Nicholas Jackson. Let's see what's up there. The guy's a yapper, isn't he? The guy's a real yapper. Oh, I'm seriously not following him? Oh, I'm following him. Yeah. Right. Not the result we wanted. This from a day ago. Edited. But we keep going. Hungry for more altogether. Oh. Probably need to bring this over a little bit. Dang it. All right. Maybe zoom out. Yeah, let me adjust this. There we go. Oh my God, what? A Ballon d'Or winner? You are having a laugh. People be laughing, goat. Now this Mumu one win Ballon d'Or. I love African Instagram, honestly. Not gonna lie, it's hilarious. Alex Goldberg. Keep going, Nico. All the best. Okay, here's a. You are a star, man. Don't just read critics. Even the best player you can imagine, Cristiano, faced criticism in his career and still faces it today. Even if you score 7 goals in a single match and fail to convert the 8th goal, they still go and criticize. But he hasn't. He has not scored 7 goals in a match. Why are you even saying that, bro? This guy's from Senegal, no question. This guy's from Senegal. Only a Senegal player could have that reaction. I'm not even gonna hate here. I'm not even gonna hate. Oh, wait a second. Damn it. There was some guy saying something about Mikel. Calm down. When you meet goalie, we day your back. What is that one about? Obi Mikel n'est pas. All right, I'm not going to read French. Let's see the translation. Obi Mikel is not a football legend. He was a good player, but he's not. Bro, you're not a Chelsea fan if you're defending Jackson against John Obi Mikel, bro. Get the hell out of here. Keep quiet, you novice. I guess you started watching football in year 2020. Please try to comment when needed. I don't think you are a Chelsea fan. I'm going to like all 3 of those because that's legit. Here, you're the reason we didn't get the result we wanted. If no one is going to tell you the truth in the comments, blood, my grandma won't miss those chances. uh, Respect, bro. Your grandma gonna miss them. You think, say my grandma, not your grandma. Oh, boy. Man, people be pandering out here. Keep going idle. Shee. I get it, you know. Hype the boy up. Obi Mikel is wrong about you. I don't know. I don't know if Obi Mikel is wrong about him, bro. Man, these people are not Chelsea fans, apparently. Kunku. Yeah, there's nothing interesting there. Florent Malouda. Looking great on his little 4x4. Yeah, Frank posted about Sven. Leslie, happy to have played my first match in my new colors. Next round. I'm with it. I'm with it, Leslie. Wow, only 31 comments, eh? Oh, comments on this post have been limited. Wow, people be talking smack to Leslie? Who's talking smack to Leslie? Poor Leslie. All right, here we go. Here's where it's at. Chelsea. Chelsea senior international call-ups for September. This is probably the juicy stuff right here. Okay, Esteval. Lots of Esteval love. Yeah, that's good to see. So Fofana had to withdraw from the French team just to focus on staying fit for Chelsea. Wow, boy's a proper Chelsea, and he has earned my respect for this. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I mean, I don't know if that's why I mean, he needs to stay fit, and it's they're you know, friendlies. But nothing here. All right. Pinned. 6 hours ago. Jaden's first session at Cobham.
16, 17. Passes, guys.
Yeah, that's right, because Jaden stayed back to work with the manager.
Yes.
He's not on call up.
Good on. Well done.
Yeah, the more I see Maresca, the more I trust in him, man. Gotta be real. Gotta be real with it. Oof. Blue is the only color. That's right. Damn straight. Sancho scoring against Manchester United. I'll be there. I'm just going to throw likes around on this stream. Why not? Admin been doing crack the last couple days. What's that all about? Blood called him Jason. That's what it is, I guess. Oh, edited. Yeah. Jason. I think Sancho will shine like Palmer. Oh, that would be great. Let's see how much hate this guy's getting. Eyes. Yeah, exactly, bro. Primetime scammer if he does. Exactly. Okay, laughs. For some reason, I think so too. Let's hope so. He's so ready. Surreal, man. Can't believe he's finally here after all these years. The hell is this guy talking? Who's this guy? Alex Goldberg comments on everything. Who is this guy? Alexander Goldberg? Who is he? Just a journo? Followed by a bunch of Chelsea players, apparently. My boy, oh, not I guess Mason Mount ain't a Chelsea player, but still. My boy Chalo. Love Chalobah. Big Chalobah fan. Alright, whatever. I'll follow you. Why not? We'll throw a follow on Alex Goldberg. Lawal. The first goal gonna hit like crack. Football. Yannick. Oh yeah. Oh, Yannick, not Eunice. He's gonna be a star here. Can't wait for his debut. What else we got? Let's go, Jason. It's hilarious. Come on, Jason. Come on, Jason. Should report you, bro. Why can't I reply? It doesn't let me reply? Or it's, I gotta reply all the way down here. Yeah. Just throw him a little laughing emoji. Primetime Sancho. If Jackson could bag 25 goal, we winning the league. Who the hell is this guy thinking Jackson's going to drop 25? I mean, 25 across the league or across all competitions? Oh, you're on something, bro. But I hope you're right. Finally, we don't see Modric on the pitch. Jason, Jaden. Sancho became active anytime he leaves Manchester United. Let's hope. Let's hope, bro. Where's my little... Why not give me my praying sign? I can't get that. Praying hands, bro. Praying hands. It's not letting me do praying hands. Alright, forget the praying hands. But this is such a praying hands moment. Where are all the hands anyway? Maybe I just missed the hands. This is way too much time to be spending on an emoji, but guys, that's how we do. We go hard or we go home, bro. Go hard or we go home on this channel. I kind of love the Chelsea comments on Instagram. It's just like a lot of hate comments at this point. And okay, I don't love that, but it is funny. Some of these are hilarious. Not Jason's. Okay, we're back at the Jason. That's what got. That's everybody got him. Everybody got that. My favorite player, Jason Sancho. Cold. Leave my club. Oh, that's not nice, bro. That's not nice. He's not at your club. He's at mine, weirdo. Better finish 14th, respectively. Okay. What else we got? Very demure people riding that demure train. This guy's not having it. Okay. See how Bournemouth is going to get ripped by 4 goals. Let's hope, man. Let's hope. Who's Jason? It's still funny. I say admin was drunk. Yeah, probably. We will mold him. You mean Maresca will mold him? That's not even I think that's how you spell mold. Maybe it is English way. The English way. All right, next, Mr. Jason. This is gonna be great. The Nicholas Jackson hate is hilarious. Master of tap-ins. Learn from Drogba, who's converting half chances to help us secure wins. You got to do better, bro. Fair, though. Fair. Now it's going to be the anti-hater. Yeah, sure, bro. We all want to see Jackson competing with the likes of Gyökeres, Kane, Haaland, Lautaro. He'll be there, I'm sure. Sure? How sure? How sure are you that Jackson will be up there? I mean, I hope you're right, boys. 14 goals in 1 season. Fire for the toughest championship. 3 matches, 2 goals for now. It's good. Continue. They will all shut up. Fair enough, right? It is early. There's always a chance that he continues this. Although his performances haven't been that convincing, have they? They've been okay. Okay. Not terrible. The admin is on Colos. Oh, this guy's pissed about Enzo. When Lavia comes back, please drop Enzo. He's not good enough. Too slow. Get disposed easily. Not fast in decision making. Can't even mark. Can't run. Can't pass. Can't make a complete accurate pass. Can't shoot. Not good enough. We were scammed by Benfica. All right. Okay. I don't know about that, buddy. Let's see all the hate replies. How will you say Enzo can't pass? 100%. And this guy's pissed. That pass of a thing is overrated. That's his only good. That pass of a thing is his only good ability. Who the hell is this guy? No, bro. And he's not even making use of it. If you watch the games we have played this season, the dude can't complete a pass. If you're talking about we've played 3 games, bro. 3 games. 3 games. What are you talking about? Enzo can't pass. That is just dumb. That is just dumb. There's a lot of hate going out for Enzo Fernandez. It's a no for me. It's way too overblown there. He can't pass for F's sake. Y'all stop backing mediocrities. Oh, he can't pass. This guy thinks he can't pass either. Guy, the Enzo when I do watch can do all that you said he can't do. Maybe they watch different Enzo. I don't know if this guy speaks English. Yeah, there's a real fight on this, man. The Enzo is dividing. Enzo is really dividing Chelsea fans, aren't they? Isn't he? I want to see. I feel like Nicholas Jackson is getting more love than Enzo these days. Let's see if there's an Enzo picture here. There's not. Jason Sancho. It's all about Jason Sancho. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. Madueke. People be liking Madueke, though. He gonna cook. He deserves this. Yeah, he does. Arriving at St. George's Park for the first time. That's the boy. Let him cook. Super nunny. Thought this was that's racist, bro. That's racist. Bro. Everybody thinks he looks like Disasi. Damn. Bunch of racists. Could someone there teach him not to be selfish that all? I don't think so. I think Noni should be selfish. I'm gonna say that. I don't know. I think maybe we can stand a little bit of a selfish Noni right now. It's really not giving me my praying hands emoji. There it is. Praying hands. Let's go. All right, well, I've been on here for almost an hour. It has been slim pickings. If you are in the channel, please, why not? Before we sign off here, give it a like, subscribe, hit the bell to know when I go live. I am going live lately. It is where the fun has been at. Sometimes we do have a nice engaging audience in here, and that is what I would like to build, and it keeps building. It's always growing slowly. Eventually it's going to be there. I just know it. As long as we keep doing it, as long as we keep coming together and making it happen, it'll be fun. So I'll just say that. Thank you again. That's my pitch. And with that said, we will cut it. I think that's been enough for today. Guys, come back. And until next time, live football, and prosper. Thank you. See you next time.
Soccer? But it's really called football. Soccer? The creators called it football. Soccer? You know, you play it with your feet. Reading between the headlines. Soccer? But it's really called